Jeremy is a firm believer in freedom of expression, the right to privacy for the individual, and the need for government transparency. And I also think that he is being prosecuted for his work as a political activist. I can only hope and assume that the Judge Laura Fresca will step down, given the fact that her husband's email is involved in the Stratford company herself. I want to give extra special thanks to those who have done solidarity work for Jeremy. This press conference was made possible by the time and effort put in by groups such as the Jeremy Hammond Solidarity Network and the FreeHammond Solidarity Network and the Books Through Bars program. That concludes the speech portion, and now begins the musical portion. If anyone wants to hold the microphone.
I'll hold it.
Alright, this one's called They Got the Wrong One. They got the wrong one, it wasn't Jeremy. They got the wrong one, it wasn't even me. Now I'm walking around with only half of me here, while Sabu and the FBI are having a beer. With your house made of glass, built the secrets of lies. When people throw stones, it ain't no surprise. No Obama lied about, well, there's not much time to obey. He said he ends the war, but there's a new one every day. They got occupied Spain and domestic terrorists. Hell, we all want to see the poor rise up and the rich eat shit. Well, that's the way it goes. The whole world now knows all those little secrets the government doesn't want you to know. They got the wrong one. It wasn't Jeremy. They got the wrong one. No, it wasn't even me. Now I walk around with half of me here. While Sabu and the FBI surely having a beer. Well, your house is made of glass, full of secrets and lies. When people throw stones, it ain't no surprise.
Hello, I'm Heidi Lagosian, Executive Director of the National Lawyers Guild. The National Lawyers Guild for 75 years has been representing individuals targeted by both the government and corporations for their activism. We call on Loretta Prescott, Chief Judge of the U.S. District Court of Manhattan, to immediately recuse herself in the case of Jeremy Hammond. As you know, the email address and password of Judge Prescott's husband, Thomas Cavalier, were among the pieces of data released in the crime for which Hammond stands accused, hacking the private security firm Stratford and releasing internal emails and personal information on Stratford's clients. Cavalier uses the affected email address for business at the law firm Cahill, Gordon & Rindell, where he is a partner and where Judge Prescott once worked. In addition to Cavalier's personal information, private emails of major corporate clients to his law firm, including Merrill Lynch, were also disclosed in the hack. As any first-year law student knows, a judge must withdraw from hearing any case in which his or her impartiality might reasonably be questioned. The New York canons of judicial conduct are clear. Judges must avoid not only impropriety, but also the appearance of impropriety. The test for the appearance of impropriety is whether a judge's conduct would create, in reasonable minds, in this case those of New Yorkers, a perception that the judge's ability to carry out judicial responsibilities with integrity, impartiality, and competence is impaired. No reasonable person would say that a judge whose husband was the victim of the crime she is presiding over could do so with integrity or impartiality, much less competence. If Judge Prescott stays on this case, it goes against everything she is sworn to do as chief judge, and it denigrates the very integrity of this court. Thank you. How is everybody? All right. Hello. Among a number of other items in the legal record of the lawsuit of Hedges v. Obama, brought by 7 plaintiffs, including myself, against the indefinite detention provision of the National Defense Authorization Act, is an email published by WikiLeaks from the Stratford Leaks. In this email, Fred Burton is consulting with Thomas Kilpecky, a private security contractor, who says he's been tasked with trying to tie a group that I helped found, the anti-Saudi fundamentalist Islamic movement. Because of my work as a journalist covering the U.S. war on terror, government contractors attempted to falsely link the group, which I helped found, for the purpose of support campaign finance reform in the United States to Al-Qaeda. The email is cited in Judge Forrest's ruling the indefinite detention provision of the National Defense Authorization Act is unconstitutional. The aims of life, the desire to learn and to understand, are now a national security threat that can and will be exploited by terrorists using the internet, aided by social and political activists, whistleblowers, journalists, and publishers who are providing you and our enemies with information. When the notion of property applies to the genes in our body or the ideas in our head, when entrenched, outdated, incompetent, and corrupt representatives answer questions about how we should govern the commons with a never-ending clash of civilizations or ideologies for the natural resources, then our 18th century philosophies, 19th century institutions, 20th century outlook, and 21st century problems present us with a vision that we cannot afford to bank on, build on, or believe in. Today, Judge Loretta Fresca will make her decision on a motion to recuse herself for her obvious conflict of interest in the trial of Jeremy Hammond. She will probably not recuse herself, despite her husband appearing on the list of Stratford's victims. She is not impartial. So, while we stand in that space, what might seem to our spirit the emotional equivalent of not being mind-fucked in the bathroom rest stop en route to a wasteland called paradise, I would like to remind everyone to trust the process. I am not talking about the process in the courtroom behind us. I am talking about the process in the courtroom we are building right here. And everywhere. Patience, work. The conflict is unavoidable. Reality is ours.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you for all being here. Thank you, Heidi, from the Guild. And of course, thank you, Jason Hammond, for being here with his brother. I find it incredibly moving when I see Jason speak and sing on behalf of his brother. I'm Michael Ratner. I'm from the Center for Constitutional Rights in New York. We represent WikiLeaks and Julian Assange, and we're here in part because alleged sources from WikiLeaks we want to support. Jeremy Hammond is an alleged source for WikiLeaks with some of the most valuable documents out there on the internet. 5 million Stratford emails. I'm here because I support truth tellers. I support truth tellers like Bradley Manning. I support truth tellers like Jeremy Hammond and Julian Assange. And right now, we're at a point in this government where they are hitting people with sledgehammers for telling the truth. Because they don't want government and corporate corruption, hypocrisy, and criminality coming out. And just yesterday, our wonderful Attorney General announced a new policy, a tougher policy, one he said in which we're going to make truth tellers, getting them, our priority. And the question I have is, how much of a priority more do they want to make it? They already killed Aaron Swartz. Jeremy Hammond is facing 39 years to life. Bradley Manning, life imprisonment. And Julian Assange, if they ever get him out of that embassy and into a prison here, will face the same. So I asked the government, what do they want to do? Put them up against the wall and just shoot the guys? I mean, it's an outrageous suppression of truth, and the struggle that's going on in this country right now is whether we're going to have a transparent government and corporations that are transparent, or are we going to continue dirty tricks, hypocrisy, and secrecy. And that's what this case, that's what Jeremy Hammond's case is about. I'm also here because I'm seeing unroll in front of me a travesty of justice. A case in which government informants were in on the case, in which the government itself bought the computer, entrapping the people involved in it. I'm here because Jeremy Hammond did not get bail, which he absolutely should have had. I'm here because today, as Heidi and others have said, we're seeing a conflict of interest by the judge. As Heidi and the Guild said, she wakes up every morning with someone whose email was hacked in the Stratford email. This is a fair judge? Not at all. I'm here because I stand for a transparent government, transparent corporations, and privacy for all of us. We are on the verge of a major struggle in this country, and this case is critical to how we go forward. Will we have a democracy, or will we continue to have a government that suppresses the truth and its own criminality? So again, thank you all for being here with us to support Jeremy Hammond. Free Jeremy! You all know we're going to the courtroom after this, right? It's on the 12th floor. You know anybody else? 12th floor over there at 500 Pearl Street. All right.
Room 12A.
All right, guys, that looks like it's it for the press conference here at Foley Square here in New York City. We're going to await the decision of the judge at 10:30 to find out the decision and to find out where we're going live. Make sure to follow me on Luke We Are Change on Twitter. Looks like we have one more announcement.
Very quick announcement. Those of you that have never been in a courtroom before, they will make you surrender all electronic reports and
all the coverage of Holder's
so
press conference.
please, if you have your phones, lock them. They will make you give them up. Just be aware of that. Anything electronic,
Just about
phones,
everything written
MP3
about
players.
Holder's press conference.
Okay, guys, thank you.